Gorbany with my second video that's going to be online. I know the technique is a bit cheap and I will make some mistakes, but I hope you like the video. Today I want to talk about the League of Explorers Hearthstone's next adventure mode, and especially about 10 cards that I think are the most playable one of this adventure mode and would definitely see play and constructed. An info, I'm using pictures you will see soon from hearthpawn.com, because the moment when I made this video the adventure mode isn't live yet. It's the first day after the first day from the BlizzCon, and it was just announced and every card released. So, well, let's just get started with the first card, the Dark Peddler. I think this could easily be seen in the future in every zoo deck because it's very useful. It's 2/2 for 2, that's good, and you get a 1-drop, and as every Zoolog can use a 1-drop. In the Zoolog history of the decks there were so many 1-drops already replaced, but they are good and wanted to play, but they are better cards, blah blah blah. Everyone knows the struggle, which card should be in the deck, and with this 2-drop you can get a 1-drop you wanted to use, but it doesn't fit anymore. So it will definitely be in Zoolog decks a lot, and at least I will use it in my Zoolog deck, and it's useful, and I'm excited to see which 1-drops I always get to choose from. Every Warlock 1-drop is okay, is always good. Well, as if this card won't be seen a lot in Constructed, I don't know. Well, but now to the next card, Raven Idol. As this card would really say that it would be used in a lot of decks because it's so flexible. It's a card draw for 1 mana, and it's either a minion or a druid spell. Remember, discover is either neutral card or the class it plays, so a druid spell or neutral or druid minion, and it could be so useful. You could cut so many legendaries from this card. Others, especially legendaries, would be legendary would just be the best if you could choose a minion from the 3 minutes legendary. That would be so much value from a 1 mana card and legendary. As we will see definitely some videos where you get to choose from 3 legendaries from this Raven Idol, so that would be so overpowered, but it can be. So we will see. It will be fun. This Raven Idol, it will see definitely play. It's definitely. Next card I want to talk about a bit, Tomb Pillager. Well, you can really discuss about this card, but I think it's useful in oil decks and or miracle decks because a rogue can really get good value out of the coin, especially to trigger the combos. It could easily replace the shredders in many rogue decks. It can be very useful. It could also be just a tempo gain in a regular rogue deck, because a coin, it's a mana. You could also say it's more or less a 5/4 for 3 mana, because you get 1 mana back, unless it gets silence then, but then it's a silence for a 4-dwarf with 5/4. So the body is pretty okay and you get a coin. Also, rogues will probably use it because especially the coin is so useful and can trigger so much in rogue. It should be seen play, but it's very discussable because it's with 4 mana it starts to be a bit slow and you need to kill him to get the coin or get it killed, but it will be seen. It will be seen. Next card. This is one of I think the only legendary I choose from, and Yeah, he's very special, but I think he will also see play. He got one of the what about one? He got the most powerful heal in game. He heals your hero full. If your hero got one life, you're back to at 30 health. That's so good. Also, it will. I could see him in handlock decks. Handlock decks got so many tools they can choose from. They can easily make a viable deck with 30 different cards and Reno Jackson. Also handlocks can get even more annoying when they heal up with Alexstrasza, then heal up with Reno Jackson, and if the opponent still lives, he then heals up or changes to Jaraxxus. So, also handlocks could really use him, but also Control Warriors is also an interesting choice. And they often don't really need to change the deck for him, because so many Control Warrior matches go into Fatigue, and when there's no card left in the deck, so it will trigger. Also every deck that goes often into Fatigue or got just a couple of 2 cards. I know at the moment most decks got often got 2, many cards 2, just tech cards and legendaries ones. But it's not hard to, even in a deck with many duplicated cards, you can use those duplicated cards, or you should, it's still a question of draw and luck that the 2 the same cards are the bottom of the deck. That would be not good, but well, he can be played very he can be played. You should count your cards and look at your cards and have some card draw to better use this card, but he will definitely, yes, also he will see play. Also you must play probably and change your deck maybe a little, but this card will be seen a lot, I think, with this most powerful heal in game, and it's worth tuning the deck a bit and the gameplay a bit. What just need to count the cards and what you use and what you didn't use, and yes, also he's very powerful, and I'm excited for him to come. And I also think even maybe Control Hunter can get more viable with this card. Hunter has so many cards, so many tools that he can use in his deck just once. Also, I'm always thinking about a Control Hunter with 30 different cards, or at least 30 different cards. Yes, I was excited about this card, so it could. As in control decks, he will be seen in control decks, to make it short. So, next card. Eerie Statue. At first he reads a bit lame. He can only attack if he's the only minion, so that means your opponent isn't allowed to have a minion, and you are not allowed to have another minion than him for him to attack. But decks like Handlocks, they don't care. They tank him up. He is 4 mana 7/7. This is pretty good. An awesome body, and to taunt it up. And also Handlock got so many removal spells that he can easily be the only minion on the field when it's, for example, Siphon Soul or other kill cards. That's the Handlock can easily be in the place that he can attack with this card, and of course taunt it up 4 mana 7/7, make him a taunt, and well, also he's a big threat on the field, especially on handlock decks. The handlocks will be happy, the handlocks will use him, definitely. He's an upgraded Ancient Watcher. yeah, also he's relative easy to counter, but we, as I said, handlock can remove the board, can kill with spells so many minions that you can also attack with him, and of course, yeah, there's the Watcher Druid. Yeah, he will also definitely also play him, but if Watcher Druid gets more viable on the ladder, it's hard to tell because he's just one more minion, and he needs to be silenced to be really useful. And well, also handlocks will use him. Other decks, it's hard to use him properly, but he will see play when he will try him, and to taunt him up is always good, and silence him is, yeah, he will see play, but you should, yeah, he will see play, and people will try him and use him properly. They should use him properly. So next one, Tunnel Truck. This one, I think it's a mana worm for shamans. Of course, he only reacts with overload cards, but Totem Golem is overload, Thunderbolt is overload. They are often used in shaman decks, and yeah, I won't say that 2 overload cards gets playable, but at least with Tunnel Truck, 2 mana overload cards gets interesting at least. And he's 1 mana, 1/3. That's also a reason to play him, because and with the attack buffs he can get, and probably in most games will get, unless he gets killed very fast. So yes, he's a mana worm for shamans, also with a little restriction to overload. You should still be a bit careful with the overload, because yes, he can not play him and then play your overload cards and wreck your next turn. He should be piloted properly, and your deck should be teched properly for him. But many shamans can use him without big regrets. Yes. Every shaman got one or the other overload card, Thunderstorm, and what about playing him with elemental destruction, getting 5 attack more? Yeah, a joke. But there are other many overload cards that, yeah. He's very good, the mana worm for shamans, but you should be careful. Next card, Tomb Spider. Another discovery card, I think mainly good for hunters, of course, but the druids can use this spider too. It's 4 mana 3/3, that's still okay. For that you get a beast. You can choose from 3, and it should probably be a good beast there for hunter. If you get a 3rd high main in your deck, that would be really good. Really good. Also, in most of the cases, this card should have a good outcome for the hunter. Druids also, and yeah, other decks probably won't use him that much, but it's mainly for hunters, and we are partly druids, but mainly for hunters. He could replace shredders and hunters decks. Really useful, can get a good value out of him, but don't forget, only class cards or neutral. So no Malone from him for hunters, and no King Crush for druids. Could replace shredders, will see play, although I will definitely put him in my mid-range hunter deck. Probably replace a shredder, or we'll see. Also, he will see. This spider will see play, but mainly hunter. The next card, Gorilla Bot A3, a mech card. If you got a mech, you get another mech. That sounds pretty good. The body is okay. So for many mech decks, this card is a good addition. A mech for a mech, if you got a mech, that sounds very good and should be good most of the times. Of course, you shouldn't forget mech neutral or of your class. So the best mech deck is of course mage, and they got the snow chugger and other neutral cards, so you don't get the good shielded mini bot as mage and other class mechs, but it should be really good for mech decks. So for the mage. Yeah, he would definitely see play in mech decks, and he should mostly always have a good outcome of 3 mechs you could choose from. A good mech card addition, TGT. Oh, yeah, we know the mech card from the Grand Tournament, and he's slow and well, but this mech card is jetzt now a good mech card for the mech decks and gives you back some steam in the mech decks. Next card is Sarah Conjurer. Is another hardly discussed card. When you say he's too slow, but it's 5 mana, 6/3. The body is not that good, but he gives you a spell. He's a mage card, he gives you a mage spell. And mages always can use spells. Also on tempo mage, you will see play in tempo mages. I'm quite sure that he will be used there on other mage decks. And still, he's got 6 attack, just 3 life, so he's not that hard to remove, but it's a body that your opponent wants to remove. That's something you also should keep in mind. He's a body that your opponent wants to remove, and that's a huge card for it or minions to it to remove. And you get a spell, and the spell should probably, again, mostly be useful. 3 spells you can choose from, and there should be a good spell that you can need in the match. Well, I would definitely say he's good. He's a bit slow, but good, and should be seen play in tempo mage and other mage decks. So the last card I'm talking about, Fierce Monkey. Well, he's 3 mana, 3/4 with taunt. He's just got stats you can't complain about, and that's one of the reasons he would definitely see play, I think. You can't complain about the stats. He's just a tank, even a beast tank. Not useful beast, not useful for warrior, but it's still a tank for 3/4. You can't complain about him, and he will definitely see play in control decks, or maybe bolster decks are coming in the near future, or maybe not, but it's a good card, and I think it will see a play. So that was about the 10 most playable cards, in my opinion, that will see play after the League of Explorer is fully released. All rings and all cards got from the adventure mode. So that was my video, and hope you enjoyed it, and maybe I will make another video about cards that are not good, but there are so many cards I would want to say about something, but now just this video, and well, we'll see. But for now, I hope you enjoyed it, and see ya.